Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending where you are in the world. I haven't done a live chat with a member for such a long time. I'm really excited about this one because I'm launching or relaunching our video chats with one a month, and we're kicking off with a really exciting one. You've probably seen in the group, Sarah Steiner has been sharing some of her adventurous stories and beautiful photos with us. So today we're going to focus on their trip to Pakistan. And learn all the tips about how to travel around the country, what to see, what sort of families would enjoy the trip, and some of the hidden gems that they've discovered. And Sarah and her family have been traveling for 4 years. We've just been having a chat off camera. And they've been to some incredible destinations and tend to focus on destinations which are off the beaten track, which is perfect for the families in this community. So we really hope you get value from this. And Sarah's wish is that you are inspired and look into the destinations that they've been to. And we're going to put all the links to their YouTube channel, Instagram, online when we share the video on the website, and also talk about some exciting family trips that they have planned. So at the end of the video chat about how to go about planning a family trip in Pakistan, we'll be talking about their family trips, which will give you an experience very unique and very different to any sort of holiday which you can book out there. So let me welcome Sarah to the screen. And Sarah's in India, actually. So if Sarah gets stuck or cut off by any weird reason because the internet goes down. Hello, Sarah.
Hello, namaste from Jaisalmer in India. We're here in the desert this evening in India, which is amazing. Thank you for having us.
And I'm just loving the beeping because most people know I used to live in India, and I just love the beeping horns over there. So
nice, so cool, and trust you to notice it. That's very cool.
I think we should dive straight in. Let's just go straight in and talk about what other families in this community would love about Pakistan and the type of family that might want to visit. What did you love about it?
So we absolutely love Pakistan. I can't, I find it quite a sort of emotional trip to talk about because it is so unique. There's nowhere quite like it. And I feel like I am really grateful for the opportunity to share about Pakistan tonight, because I feel like it is one of those countries that's is so underrated, and it so deserves to be like honored with, sharing all the best parts of it. And that's pretty much what we want to do through our travels. So we've been twice to Pakistan, and even before we left just last month, we're already planning. We are going to go back in just a few months' time, cross the border already. And we had quite a unique time there. I'll try and share really quickly about our first time that we went. It was last year. We went with our 2 boys, and we crossed over the border from India, from Amritsar. And it's amazing, just the whole concept of being able to cross over. It's got to be one of the most unique border crossings in the world. They have this ceremony each night on either side of the border where you see the soldiers shake hands, and it's about lowering the flags. And they do this amazing parade of sort of pride. And in New Zealand, we would call it mana, like this real pride, national pride. And they literally march towards each other, kicking their legs as high as they can, like up, is to see, they're really tall, all the soldiers that do it, to see who can outdo the other country. And eventually they shake hands and lower the flags and march off in the other direction. It's insane. But so we walked across the border, and we didn't really know what to expect. We just had a month in India, and I had met a travel mum online on Instagram from Karachi, and she had said to me, I did a conversation like this, like a live with her 2 years before, during COVID, and she said it would be so awesome if you come to Pakistan. And I was like, that would be really awesome. And one of those things where we were like, well, we're right here. And she was like, you can just come and stay with us. So we crossed over the border. We had about 10 days in Lahore and Islamabad. I'll tell you about that afterwards. And then we got this overnight train down to meet this family in Karachi. It's about a 20-hour train overnight. And they were there waiting for us on the platform at the train station. And we stayed with them for a week, and we had the whole celebration of Eid. It was just happened to be Eid al-Adha then. And it was just the most incredible thing. We're just so connected with them and their family, and it was amazing experience. And as if we didn't already love Pakistan from our first like 10 days in the country, after that we were just hooked. So Pakistan is somewhere, I don't think anywhere that I've been, the hospitality matches Pakistan. It is incredibly welcoming, warm, and it is an Islamic country. It feels so safe as a mum, safe as a woman, and very respectful. Like it's just, yeah, we just found it amazing. And if we had stopped to have every cup of tea or every invitation, we would never have left. We'd still be there now. Like it's just, you can't walk down the road, and just the most sort of humbling experiences of, we try to walk through the market and the kids just handed, fresh bread or chai, or just to come in and they won't accept anything. It's almost like, it's so almost challenging, and people won't accept anything in return. They just are so proud that you're in their country and want to know what you enjoy about their country. Yeah.
And your kids are blonde, aren't they? So they stand out.
Yeah, they are very blonde. But I feel like I can't talk highly enough about it. It's amazing. The hospitality is without doubt unique for anywhere that I've been anyway.
So tell us about the most recent trip. You flew into Islamabad, is that right?
Yeah. So this time we flew into Islamabad, and we this time we were just sort of in the middle of the country. So there's 5 states in Pakistan. So we were just in the middle in Islamabad in Punjab. So it has
you just broke up a little bit.
Lahore, to Punjab in India, but are you there? Oh, yes. With a twist, like it's with the Islamic culture as well. So Islamabad is the capital city. It is super modern. It's very green. It's only established as a capital city, I think, in the 50s, like after the partition. Originally, the capital was Karachi. It is like they are night and day contrast of Karachi is possibly more like the mega cities of India, where it's just a buzz and has all that history and just the density of population. Islamabad is very clean and green and has sort of shopping malls and things that we were least expecting. Like it's really unique. And then a few hours from there is Murray, like the hill station town, like which was built during the British Raj so that they could, seek a bit of cooler temperatures from the Punjabi plains, like to go up there. So you wind up this road up into Murray, into the hill station, and it's just a whole different world again within just 2-hour drive from Islamabad. So, yeah. And then Lahore
already.
Oh, so I know. And so much, we've been twice and had 2 amazing months there, but there's so much more that we would love to see. So we are going back to see. Yeah.
I think so. As a say for the families in the group, if they wanted to explore Pakistan, is it possible to get a good flavour of the country in? I know it's big, but in a 3-week holiday, could they? Is that feasible?
Absolutely. So I think one of the most common things about Pakistan at the moment is to go up to the north, like into the mountains. There's a lot. So that's what we're going to do next. There's a lot, like you go up towards the China border and the Kunjarab Pass, which is like the highest border crossing in the world. And that's what we want to do next. But we wanted to kind of, get to know the culture without the touristy side. So we didn't do a tour. We found it amazing just being in the cities. So I think for other families wanting to do it, obviously it would be really easy to be on an organized tour. I believe that the most epic experience is coming from India to Pakistan, like coming across and getting to see both of those. And to see Lahore, for me, Lahore is my favorite city in Pakistan. And it is like, it just has, it has such a sort of romantic history. It has a very volatile history as well. It has lots has happened in Lahore, but it has the sort of romance of the Mughal Empire, the Mughal era, with the same, like this Badshahi Mosque is just like, it's built in the same era as the Taj Mahal by Shah Jahan, who commissioned the Taj Mahal. And there's the Lahore Fort, which has just this beautiful love story there about Shah Jahan's favorite wife and why he built it. And so it just has this spectacular history. but then the cities also have so much for kids, which we found this time. And like things we were never going to Pakistan to go to. We went to Dino Valley, like this dinosaur theme park. Like you can totally imagine this South Asian theme park. If you've ever been to any kind of Asian amusement park, you'll get my drift. But it was fantastic. It was amazing just to be out with other families and to not feel, I mean, obviously we were actually at that time the only tourists in that particular park, but just to feel like we were there with other families, just enjoying our kids and just being there for our kids exactly as they were. And I think that gives the most instant connection with other people and with locals. So
definitely.
As a family, it's an amazing destination to be able to connect with people, and people are really proud, and they're happy to come up and talk to you. And so it's totally doable. You could do it with a tour, or you could do it on your own. It is totally doable. We got a tour guide on our first day in Lahore last time, and have become such good friends with their family. We just spent the last 3 days in their family homes, like both sides of their family homes in Punjab and Lahore. And that was where we had the photos of them with the flowers, which was amazing. And for us, we spent 12 months living in Rarotonga in the Cook Islands, where like in the Pacific Islands, you're always welcomed with these flower garlands. And it was just like, is this really happening here? And it's, the same. So amazing connections, and obviously amazing food. Food is incredible.
Oh, yes. And also you mentioned about the tours, but I think actually a lot of people in Our Tribe Travels prefer to plan their own trips. So in terms of transport, how easy did you find it to A, book the transport, and B, how efficient was it? How good was it? What would you recommend in terms of buses, trains, etc.?
Oh, sorry, say that again. I just lost you for a minute.
Oh, sorry. I think it froze, didn't it? I was just talking about the transport, because actually most families will probably want to organise it themselves. So was it easy to book? And I mean, did you do it online?
Yes. So I actually found, so the easiest thing to do was we have now this amazing contact. It's got to be the best tour guide, I think, in Lahore, and just an amazing friend there. So, and showed us it's really easy to book the buses. So the bus between Islamabad and Lahore. And if you actually came across from India and you just wanted to have a sort of first taster, maybe you had a week or 10 days, you could have an amazing experience in Lahore and Islamabad. If you only had a short time, or you only felt like for your first trip that you wanted to just have a short time, you could do Lahore and Islamabad. You just need a bus. It takes 5 hours between them. You just book it online. You can only do it in the week before. It's really easy to book online, and you turn up and it's a modern-ish looking bus station that could be anywhere. And the bus is so luxurious. It had like a hostess coming around and serving food and drinks and things. The kids thought it was fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, I love the sound of that.
And it was really reasonable. I think it was about $7 US or something for this particular bus trip. Booking the trains, we booked through, like we found an online company and just messaged them and asked them to book it for us, and they brought the tickets to our hotel.
Oh, amazing.
And apart from that, we hired a driver, and I think I have already put all the details that all on our website, but we hired a driver. It cost about, I can't remember how much it is in US dollars. The details on it, not very much for the day. I feel like it might be about maybe 20 euros or something to have a driver for the day. And
sounds about right.
Yeah, and can just come with you. I suddenly had a blank then, sorry. But so we went all the way out to up to the hills, or we went out during the day, and at any time of sort of day and night. And it's quite a nice way to have a local connection as well. Like, it feels nice just to be able to hop back in the same car and not have to. It's very easy to flag down a rickshaw or a taxi there, but this was like a much easier way to get around. So hiring a driver is another option, and a really comfortable option. Yeah.
And great as well, if you want to pop out and see something, you know that when you come out, the driver's going to be there, and it's
and he was waiting for us. We didn't even have we didn't have a phone, but each time he would we didn't have a SIM card this time round, but each time he would just be there waiting for us and find us. So it was great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a brilliant option. And also accommodation. How did you book that, and what sort of accommodation did you find for your budget? Because I think
that's
that's
an awesome question. So we're backpackers, and we have a like a low budget for our travel in Pakistan. We found some absolutely awesome places, ranging in Lahore. They were probably, but our favorite place to stay is about 30 euros per night for a family room with 2 double beds or a double bed and 2 single beds, air conditioning, and like breakfast is always included in Pakistan. It's great. Go with the breakfast included. And we also, I think I found first on some blog, like from a sort of real human being that had been and stayed at these the hotels that I chose. And now this time around, we actually hotel hopped and tried a few different ones just so that we could be able to share with other people, like some good places to stay. And so, we actually stayed in 3 different hotels, or 4 different hotels in Islamabad, and I think 3 in Lahore. So for sure, we can tell you our favorite ones there. In Islamabad, it's a little bit more expensive, but I would definitely say ranging between 30 to 50 euros for a family room for the night. Yeah, including
that's
breakfast.
great.
It's really reasonable. Yeah. And I'm sure, and totally, it would be like India. You'd be able to book if you have a larger budget, or you felt the need to have. There's obviously bigger hotels and like sort of. I know there's chain hotels, but there's definitely more luxurious hotels you could opt for.
And you just book those online? Did you have to?
I actually booked those online through booking.com. Once I found out from I think I even watched a few videos and tried to figure out like where people were actually staying, and then checked it out because I wanted to know that, like what was a good. We always go for location and recommendations as the main things, and we only ever book. We normally 3 nights is kind of our magic number where we feel like we want to leave wanting to go back to a place rather than. But if it wasn't good, it's survivable if it's not the greatest place to stay. Yeah, so that's our kind of theory. Yeah,
we've all stayed in those places, haven't we?
Yeah, but Pakistan, the smaller guest houses are definitely. I reckon that's the way to go because they're much more personal and people recommend. I say where can I go and buy the shalwar kameez or what's the best market or something, and people will love to point you in the direction of where they go or the best place to eat. Like the recommendations is much more personal.
Did you find the smaller homestays on booking.com, or did you find those through?
Yeah, so I think they're sort of smaller. Yeah, some of them called hotels or homestays, but yes, on Booking, I booked all of ours on booking.com, and then and now just can send them a WhatsApp to book as well. So, but booking.com is great.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. And in terms of times of year to visit, so just tell us what the temperature was like when you were there, because that's always a good indication of whether it's going to be right for somebody. If it's too hot, they don't want to go.
It was really hot, but apparently it's really hot this year. Like the rainy season has gone on longer. Like it's really green here in the desert. We're actually in Jaisalmer, kind of on the border of Pakistan, like is close to the west of India right now. So Pakistan is really hot during the summer. The season to go up north though is in the summer. Like you have to go into the mountains and stuff like that is now sort of August, September, October, and we have been, so last time we crossed over in June, it was really hot. This time was hot as well, but I don't know. We do it anyway, and
got used to it.
Yeah, I think we have got used to it a bit, and we like to drink sugarcane juice and things like that. So it totally makes it worth it. Yeah.
Oh, tell us about the food as well. What's your favorite dish? Or the
food is amazing. Okay. Without a doubt, I could say the best dish that we've tried is nihari, which is they eat a lot of meat there. So obviously all halal meat, but they eat a lot of meat, more so than in India where there's heaps of vegetarian options. Nihari is like a soup with meat bones, like slow cooked in it, and so we had it at the markets where they cook it in these huge dishes where it cooks all day, and like we're eating at these restaurants. We went with our friends where it was like, I can't remember, something like the 6th generation of that family to be in that same shop or something crazy like that. And then we had it as a home cooked meal as well. So the kids, it's their absolute favorite. This just delicious, flavoursome soup, slow cooked. meat stew. And we love biryani, especially in the south in Karachi. The biryani is amazing. In Islamabad, our favorite restaurant was this Afghani restaurant with pulao, like the Kabuli pulao, which is just, I have to say we went there so many nights in a row. It was almost getting embarrassing by the end because it was so delicious. And they cook it all in front of you. And it's like these, and they eat a lot of kebabs, like, so, and like food safety and hygiene wise, it feels really nice to see it being cooked in front of you. And just queues and like the wait for these restaurants is like out the door, so you know it's a good one. Well, that we always think it's a good sign.
I love finding a local restaurant that just has like one dish that they've perfected, and the queues are huge, and you just feel like, oh, you've got found a hidden secret, although it's not very hidden because everyone's there, but it's off the tourist trail. You know, you don't find it in the tourist book or the Lonely Planet.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's so right. So those so now we found a few of those restaurants, and we can definitely have some great ones to recommend. We'd be really proud to recommend them.
I have a question that's come up, actually. Let me just bring it up on the screen.
Yes. Awesome.
Lahore, I want to visit that place, but what about Shimla? And also they've said great information. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that on the screen?
Yes, I can see that now. I can. Awesome. Hello. Lahore is an amazing place to visit. And I feel like it has so much history. The history, and it's just beautiful. It has like gardens, and just walking down these alleyways. They have a lot of those in the bazaar, like the wooden structures as well, like the wooden upstairs of the buildings. Like they've been there for, I'm not sure, we said like more than a few hundred years. Like they are seriously really, really historic. There's so much going on. Our kids, the photo that you put on this Pakistan one, they're like just playing being brothers outside the 16th century mosque in the old streets of Lahore. And I was like, oh my goodness, just like, kids and kids. I'm not sure what Shimla is. I think it might be, I don't know if it's a place. I'm really sorry. I don't know what that is. I think I'm wondering if it's a place close by.
It is, I think, but I should know that, shouldn't I?
But Lahore, I've got one more really quick story. So I found part of what also inspired us to go there. I have found the diaries from my dad from 1969 when him and his brother drove like this Ford Anglia van from London to Kolkata, and their routes basically the hippie trail. I have all of his diary, and my dad passed away when I was really young, but I have all of his diaries, and it had all of these places in Lahore and like the description of driving through Lahore. So it is like not just for them, obviously it was part of the hippie trail. It coming through Iran and Afghanistan and Pakistan into India was like the Silk Road, the trail, like everything that was like the trade routes coming through there. So it has this amazing history. It has like, and now sort of more not modern but recent, it has like the British history as well. So it has this there's just so much there. It's a really rich history, rich culture there in Lahore.
So this adventurous spirit has been passed down to your dad.
I think so. And so it's actually amazing to have, so part of the places that we've visited in Syria and Iran and Pakistan, things, we read these diaries and it's just like we're standing there at exactly the same place. So it's really, really cool.
That's so lovely.
It's really cool.
That's special. That's really special. It makes your trips, I don't know, it sort of anchors it to your...
It totally does. And it was sort of without, we didn't know that until we started sort of delving into and planning our trip there. So it's been really special. But so there's history, and a lot of people, even in the group, a lot of people commented saying that they, have used to live there, or they did a gap year or a couple of months volunteering there or something in some of these countries, Bangladesh, Pakistan. So there's a lot of connection, especially, I guess, a lot of families from the UK as well. So, so it's awesome. I so recommend it, and I want other people to experience it's this sort of the joy that we get from going there and learning. And I think the more that we learn, the more we want to be there and learn more. That's
the thing. And the more places you go to, the more you want more places you add to the list, because you get those recommendations, bump into somebody who's been somewhere, and then they tell you about it. Like Pakistan, totally honestly was not on my top 5 list, but having spoken to you before the video and on this video, I'm like, I
I
really want to go, because I can just
I so recommend it. And just as it Gavin's in the background over there, he said we're going again next year. We're actually going to go this year, but it was interesting. Yeah, I just talked to my mum quite casually when we were there, and I was like, we just had dinner with this family for like the second night in a row in Lahore, and I was like, man, it would be so cool to come. I want other families to like experience this, like, you know, it's not what we see in the media and what we hear, and I feel like I want everyone to experience it and, you know, have that sort of changed vision of it. And my mum said, oh, why don't you see if, you know, families want to come with you from India across the border and come to Pakistan? And I said, oh, I don't know. I just still don't think that families would want to do that. And she said, I think that's why you need to do it. You know, you need to share it. Like that's exactly the reason to do it. So yeah,
yes, we really let's talk about that then, because you're doing your trips. I mentioned them at the beginning. Yeah. So tell us about the trips, and also just touch upon, people will want to know, how have you funded your trips for 4 years? That
is an awesome question, and a totally fair question. We saved. I'm actually a teacher by trade profession, like in real life, I'm a teacher. But obviously that's not a very mobile, a job to carry with me. I can't do that online. So my husband and I worked so much before we left. We saw another family like in the newspaper that had done it, and we were like, wow, people can go on a gap year with their kids. And so that's why I love to share.
It wasn't Sophie Stokes, was it? Was it Sophie Stokes and her 4 kids?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
One of the first families to join my community.
We went and met them a few times, yes, in New Zealand. And we just saw this article one day, and we were like, man, so you can do that. And so we went for our first year, and as we were coming home, it was just this really, so we worked really hard and saved our money. We rented our house out, and we went on our savings the first year. And we were like, as we got back, it changes you so much that you're different. You go back and people are the same, and that's great. Like, it's great to have that connection to home, but you've changed so much, and we just knew we wanted more, and we wanted to keep going. We wanted to keep learning and keep doing it. So now we work online. We started we have website as well, sharing all these places. We wanted to share the most sort of remote places, like how to travel to random places, but realized that's not the greatest money making scheme, because not everyone in the world wants to know how to go and stay in a remote village in Kyrgyzstan or something like that with their kids. So that is, but anyway, so we've shared all of our experiences anyhow. But we also, just last year, we started a YouTube channel. We have loads of videos from staying in those kind of remote villages, and just the kindness of strangers, basically, in all kinds of places of the world. And so now we work with our YouTube, our website, and this year we decided at the beginning of this year that our goal was we're going to give it a real go to share the joy of travel with others. And we decided that the best way to do that is with some group trips. So next month we have families coming to join us in India, and we're doing we've got 2 groups in India in October and November, and we're going to go all around Rajasthan, right out here to the desert where we are now, and ride the trains and have lunch and dinner with families like in their homes, and just show a different side of India, not just a sort of package. We want to make it unique and something really different. So that's what we're doing now with our group trips. And we just had an amazing time in Nepal with this fantastic trekking agency there that we are going to work with as well, so that it really benefits to them as well, and benefits here to these small guest houses and that people wear with. So we are going back across the Wagah border to Pakistan in December, and we have this dream that next year in May we would love other families to join us and come for a week in India or a week in Pakistan and see the best of both, and we want to walk with you, across the border and go and have dinner at Adil's family home, and ride on these buses and the rickshaws and the trains, and with the contacts that we've met that we can share with others. So
I love that. And I think I'm going to put all the links on the website as well, so people can link directly when they watch your video and feel inspired. And
I hope so.
People,
it's just to inspire others.
I know that we will get a lot of people from this community following your travels now, but also using the information you shared very generously today to plan their own trip.
Oh, I hope so. And please, yeah, send me a message and stuff, because so many people, inspired, different ways inspired us before we left. And we had so many questions. I had just, millions and billions of questions I wanted answers to. And that's pretty much, things about budgeting, about how many nights to stay, how to book accommodation, all these kind of things. That's what we've really tried on our website to share with others. So but I love to hear from anyone. I always love to talk travel, so please feel free to send a message. Any questions, big or small, I'll love it. So yeah. And if you want to know any of the contacts, amazing contacts, we've got so many, and I want to share them all. So it's
You're keeping everyone in business. I love it. I love the way you're keeping all the local people in business, aren't you? It's really nice.
And that's exactly what we want to do, because we feel really grateful, really lucky to have met these people and to stay in their homes. Like Ranjana, our mum, in our host family, with her house, you can see the Taj Mahal from their house, and she cooks the most amazing vegetarian meals, and she loves to do a cooking class in her kitchen. Like, these are the kind of things we want, these real personal connections, so that others can enjoy that too.
Oh, you'll be inundated, I bet you.
That's cool. Thank you so much, and thank you again for everything you do, sharing and inspiring others. It's fantastic.
Oh no, you're welcome.
Yeah, really
I wish I was over there in India with you at the moment.
It's so cool. Our amazing host here, Padam, has been to the market this evening to go and grab fresh vegetables, and I think my dinner is waiting for me.
I was going to say, well, thank you so much for generously sharing all that information. It's brilliant, super inspiring.
Oh, thank you. That's really cool.
Stay in touch. I'll stay on the line while I just say goodbye to everybody else. So all these details are going to be on the website, and all the links that Sarah has mentioned, so you can head off and plan your trip. And if you do go, we would love to see the photos, wouldn't we? Share them back into the community and tag us so that we can see how the information has really helped you plan your own trip. So thanks. I'll see you soon.
Thank you so much.